So when I was in a band, we booked a gig that I would consider a dream come true. The venue owner was known to be pretty tough. He didn't let anybody in there. You had to prove, that you were worthy. And a few days prior to the gig, lo and behold, one of our band members got into some trouble and wasn't able to attend the gig. So naturally, I was on the verge of panic. What am I going to do? We don't have a lead guitarist anymore. So I went and saw a local musician, asked for some general lessons, and he gave me some shapes to play, like, within a scale. But at that time, I didn't even know really what scales were at all. I was just a rhythm guitar chord strummer. But you don't cancel out a gig like this. So we had to make it happen. So I'm going to get into how to play rhythm and lead, which is what I did. It wasn't awesome, but it didn't suck either. And I got to play that same venue many other times after that. And then if you're interested in how this story, plays out, just stick around till the end. I want to get into the technique just to kind of hold true to my promise in the YouTube title. But then at the end, I'll come back and I'll explain how that story finished up. Let's get into the technique first. Let's just use a simple chord progression. G, D, and C. G, D, and C root notes. So you notice I played bar chords there. You don't have to know the bar chords to make this work. Really all you need are just a couple of notes within 6th, 5, and 4th strings. I'll show you how that plays out in a second, but it is helpful to have like a baseline understanding of where the root notes are. And then in some of my previous videos, you may have seen this concept where I anchor my middle finger or my ring finger, and then I kind of like replace it with the other finger, index finger in this case. So here's kind of what this sounds like and how it could play out. G, D to C. I'm going to go ultra slow. And I'm going to hide the pick in my middle finger so I can get a bass line or a groove started. So I went a little outside the bounds there and I started on a pentatonic, but don't want to go there right now. What I'm trying to convey really is that if you know the root notes and you know a couple techniques like replacing the ring finger with the index finger, you can use that as a filler. It buys you some time. I mean, the alternative is just to strum. But if you want more, then in between the chord transition, you can find that pattern. So since I know I'm going to go from a G to a D, I can use this shape to fill or to cover that space in between chord, from chord to chord, from D to C. Give that a try. Strum slow. You set the rhythm. You set the tone. You set the pace. You set the tempo. And when you're getting ready to switch chords, kind of eyeball where the root note is, and that'll be your next stopping point. Replace that finger. You want to go for it? Slide up again. All right, now, unfortunately, that wasn't the first time that's happened. We booked bigger and better gigs, and we were scheduled to play at Summerfest on the Harley-Davidson stage. And again, we're down a band member. So I started an LLC, Anomaly Records LLC, and I was able to put a person on payroll and get that person out of a facility and into the gig. Don't want to give away too many details, but bottom line is it worked, and we titled our next album The Jailbreak. Where there's a will, there's a way, and all that stuff is behind us now. For us currently, as in like you and I, learning rhythm and lead isn't, for survival on the road, although it could be. For me now, it's like to open up the flow, the mental blockage, if you will. And you start slow, and you pick any chord, and then you can move from one position in that chord to the next position, and essentially just build flow. Try not to overthink, and as always, you trust your ear, but have fun with it. That's the main point there. All right, thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you in the next one.